Hello and welcome to today's stream. Yesterday was a fucked up day. I apologize for not being on. See how today goes. Today's kind of a fucked up day, but it's doing a little better. We'll see how things go. Alright. See where we left off. I do have another character I've been playing, so I have to remember where we are and how this character plays. Sure, get my bird up. Looks like I got junk to sell. Now, yeah, I gotta remember what kind of stuff I use too. Let's see, I think I use poison on this character, so I'm going for poison stuff. My other character uses fire, so fairly disparate on what we're using. Alright. It's like we've basically just got junk. Spirit's not bad. Missing no. I guess. Palace of Bastards. I got to the point with my other character where I stopped carrying this stuff around, or stopped stowing this stuff and just started carrying it.
Iron well spent.
Let's see, we got the girl back, didn't we? Damn it. Yeah, we got the girl back, alright. Bet we haven't done the sheriff or the whatever the fuck he is. The wooden cellar's where we must have been. Seeing as there's a rift there. Alright. Alright, and let's see what we've got. Warden's place is fucking huge. We're gonna be down here for a while. It's a pain in the ass to get to. Messing with my offhand. I need to get out of here. That room's super toxic. And if you're not careful, you'll just die in there. Truly sucks balls. Oh yeah, you have to go through that to get to the rest of the dungeon, that's right. Just fuck you, that's why. Yeah, there's some areas that are set up that are just really atrocious for this. Where you have to go through areas that are just so super awfully toxic. And then they'll toss in some guys for you to fight to delay you, and you just take massive amounts of damage and die. At least that's been my experience so far, which is really nasty. If I had to make one major complaint against this game, it would definitely be that. I'll just wait here for all the poison poo to go away. Alright. Looks like there's a pathway around here somewhere that we can take. There we go. Yet more abandoned storerooms. Wait. Oh, I see what happened. I ended up following it down and off into stuff I've been in. Alright. Well, that's easy enough to fix. We'll just follow it up. Sure, we'll learn that. Apparently we've learned a relic. And let's see. Throw that over here, throw that over here. That. That only goes on weapons. Well, had I knowed that. That in one hand and shit in the other, as they say. Okay, most people don't say that. I say that. No in one hand and should neither. It's good advice. No, it's not. No, I don't think so. Ooh, double touch ammo. Some good shit if you're a shooter. Alright. Oh. I missed a couple of side passages. At least I did. Y'all might have been screaming. Dude, you missed those side passages. Alright. So we go back up this way. Looks like, well. Alright. Also, on these guys, if you carry all your stuff with you, sometimes you'll offer different stuff, and you'll get better things out of it. Oh, that's going to be hard to give up. Alright. Oh, no. But we didn't go up here. Okay. Some more. All right. Done the do. Oh, something. Precious loot. Back to the underground transit. I do like this curse. This is fun. Whoops. Join me a little curse on, guys, that are massing and then just run away from them and let them slowly croak off. We have found a hidden lab. Now let's see, 6 notes, 5th notes, alright. Inquisitor Krieg, entry 5. Krieg has gotten the better of me, and I am presently at his mercy, imprisoned beneath his manor. Seeing there is no other way to progress in my investigation, I forced my way into the locked portion of the manor and found myself in a veritable house of horrors. The unusual sorcery on the log should have been my first clue that I was dealing with something more extraordinary than some rogue occultist. No kidding. My search led me through a room filled with rotting bodies of men and women subjected to brutal torture or a horrible experimentation, or perhaps some mix of the two. Sorry. Behind the manor, I found a door leading down into the earth beneath the estate, where I found myself quickly lost in an implausibly large dungeon. It wasn't long before I sensed things moving in the darkness all around me, and they quickly closed in, surrounding me. As I prepared to fight, for all I was worth, Krieg's massive form emerged from the shadows, his face expressionless. He spoke coolly, as though nothing was out of the ordinary, and invited me to tour his facility. Well, I had no doubt something unpleasant was planned for me. It at least delayed my confrontation with the living horrors gathering in the dark. Entry 6. I've lingered in this dank cell for one long, unsettling day and night of terrors. Krieg allowed me to witness a process by which they are preserving human bodies for what he calls the glorious dawn. Ugh. I have gotten glimmerings of another consciousness within Krieg, which is joined with or possibly in control of him. From the way he spoke, it was clear this is only some small part of a greater conspiracy, and I suspect that many other persons in key positions have been possessed by things akin to that which now inhabits Krieg. I was arrogant in my initial handling of Krieg and seriously misjudged the power scale of the threat we are faced with. Fortunately, Krieg's own arrogance has likewise led him to misjudge the resourcefulness of his prisoner. He invited me to ascend beyond humanity by pledging myself to his cause, or to join his inventory of embalmed corpses. I have been left to contemplate this decision, but this cell, even magically warded, cannot hold the likes of me. I have no intention of being here when Krieg returns for my answer. But I am going to leave my journal pages just sort of lying around, because why not? kind of browse through the junk and see if there's anything we want. Answer is pretty much no. The junk is, what a surprise, junk. However, oh, apparently we leveled. Alright, let's see. And let's summon the bird. And we're off. To examine the other horrors that lie in wait. Because who doesn't like horrors?
I can't carry anymore.
Oh, right. Then we shall go to town.
See anything you like?
Okay.
See you around.
Yeah. Wrong way. So, one of my problems with the way the game is set up is it has my hit points, but there's also like this fast heal sheath thing. You can see it's like halfway down, so it looks like I'm at half hit points, but I'm not. And it really throws me off quite a bit. I've gotten toasted a number of times because I wasn't keeping track. That's why I have little health bar over my character right now. So I can kind of see where I'm at. Girthan's notes, second entry. Okay. We entered stage 2 of our trials today, but the results were not what I had anticipated. We've progressed to the point where the corpses can endure for months, possibly years, with minimal, mostly external deterioration. Our ethereal overseer seems satisfied, and he or it unexpectedly placed his hand upon one of the corpses, releasing a spark of ethereal energy. The thing began to move as if it were alive again. It was a ghastly sight. I found that far more troubling. What I found far more troubling, though, is that the corpses are clearly not meant to serve as ethereal hosts. It has become known to me that they prefer living hosts. The sheer numbers of corpses they are hauling through here suggests a far worse realization, an army. Why else would you be preserving mass volumes of corpses, matey? Catch. Roaches. I haven't needed physique for anything in a while. I think we're going to be alright on that for now. Just delve more into spirit. Crank up my poison damage with a little bit of that. up the stairs. Oh, hey, some food nobody ate. This is a little like pork. Wait, some steaks around here. Where did they get pork from? Sharon's Oats, final entry. This will be my last entry as I have determined to end my life. I cannot bring myself to carry out these abominable experiments any longer. I may have already doomed humanity with my actions. Though I have long felt shunned by my fellows at the academy and thought the ethereals could offer me something greater, I can no longer be a part of this. I fear that if they find my body, they will use me for their experimentations, so I must be discreet. Returning is one of those things would be unbearable. And yet you've helped people to be moided into that. You douche. Oh. Do these work really well on? No, they don't. It's really awesome on my other character because they're really great on fire damage. Fire, frost, burn, and electrocute. But not so much on poison. Have to keep waiting around for some good poison shit to show up. Wow. You know, it might be time to upgrade my hat. What do I have that will go on a hat? I know the polished emeralds will. Not a lot, unfortunately. Alright, well. So it is. Now I have a crown. Look at me. Ain't I special? Oh, I need some better pants too, actually. Lightning stuff. Don't do lightning, unfortunately. Alright, let's see, where are we at? We need to go over there and over there. All right. Get that way. If I was going to complain about a second thing, it would be the way things tend to be these twisty mazes all the time, where it's a pain in the ass to get around. I end up having to just keep the map on the whole time so I can figure out what I'm doing. Bird's doing a good job of keeping me healed up. Mm, no, not really. Nah. On we go. I think this is where the sheriff's at. Or the warden, rather.
Ah, I've been expecting you.
I can't do that yet.
And when I'm done with you, I will crush your friends at Devil's Crossing. You are strong, but now I will demonstrate my true power!
Feel my cheapness!
Destroy my body, but you can't truly kill me!
My inventory is full. I can't carry anymore. I can't carry anymore.
Is my inventory really that full? Well, yeah, it's looking pretty damn full. There we go. Probably pick up one more thing now. Anything special here? Not that I'm willing to trade for. Not that I'm willing to trade for. No. Alright. Back to town.
You see anything you like?
I've worried that in a minute. Oh, there's some Barty's notes to read as well. No. No. That's what I want. Damage to all pets. And I need to bump my physique up for it. Alright. Set that out of the way. Come back for it later. No. definitely not. That's right. That's why I wanted that. Okay.
See you around.
Move along. I'm here to speak with...
Shove
Is it finished? Is the Warden dead? The Warden's defeat is a great victory for us, nay, for all of humankind. But there are many more ethereals out there, some much more powerful than Krieg. Perhaps more disturbing, though, there are those of our own kind who would see us dead to take what little we have, or just for the pleasure of killing. Among the innocent who passed through this prison on their way to Krieg's lab were many violent criminals, murderers, and worse. Many of them escaped to the northwest after the grim dawn, forming into ruthless gangs who prey upon drifters still traveling the roads. Since a river separates us and them, they have not been a problem thus far. Except we need farmers to get back to the business of growing food before we all starve to death. The farmland that supplied this region is to the northwest, and we need to secure a hold there. Mornay recently returned from Old Arkovia to the northwest and can give you details on the outlaw situation and what needs to be done. I realize that you have been through much in recent days, but we cannot rest just yet.
Alright. Well, he seemed like an asshole when I talked to him last, but I'll try talking to him again.
So you must be the kid that's causing a stir in my absence. You've done good by dispatching Krieg. I knew that man in life. I dread to think of what he had become as an ethereal.
Captain Bourbon said you might have something useful besides just gibbering.
Aye, an old mess has come back to finally bite us right in the ass. The river's kept them at bay for now, what with the broken bridge. It seems the bastards have garnered a taste for the one hole in the world they were once so eager to escape. I'm not going to beat around the bush. We're at war, and if we don't take the fight to them, they will surely bring it to us. I'd much rather fight on my own terms. Wouldn't you?
Sure, what's
Before we
plan
do
action?
anything, we'll need to get that bridge repaired. Got men ready to do the work and some scrap to get you started. Just need to provide the remaining raw materials. Once that's all finished, I need you to enter the Arkovian foothills and show those bastards we're not a prize for the taking. Last I saw of them, they were mobilizing for something big across the river. Why don't you head on over there and introduce yourself?
I said, what happened with your expedition? Sent with another Scatolisa to reconnoiter the lands to the northwest. Shortly after we had secured Devil's Crossing, what we found was wasteland overrun with predatory beasts, blood-hungry psychopaths, and refugees living in constant terror on the run. Our mission together ended when a vicious band of outlaws surprised us in the night. Elisa had argued against having a fire that night, and I was sure we were concealed. I wasn't cautious enough, and she paid the price. I thought I could protect her from anything, but when it came to it, I was felled by a bullet to the ribs before the fighting even broke out. Alyssa fought like a devil, taking down two of the outlaws before they knocked her out. They took her with them and just left me there to die. I couldn't give up knowing those thugs had Alyssa. I hobbled and then crawled, trying to make my way back to Devil's Crossing, but arrived only to find the bridge had been destroyed. I collapsed in despair and thought it would be the end of me. I woke sometime later in what remained of a little fishing village on the coast. A band of rovers had found me and treated my wounds. As soon as I could stand, I grabbed a dingy rowboat and made my way back to Devil's Crossing. I'll be damned if I'm going to abandon Elisa to torture or worse at the hands of those killers. She's all I've got left in this world. We need to organize an offense. Every second counts. And I said, sounds like you're mixing in a vendetta with this. He says, the Grim Dawn took my wife. Alyssa is like a daughter to me, and I'm not going to let it take her too. The way I see it, Devil's Crossing needs this situation resolved as soon as possible. I want those scum dead for taking Alyssa. Seems our goals align, eh? Sure. Why not? Try not to poop yourself while you're at it there, son.
I'll keep your stash safe.
Well, that's actually, what is this one doing? Oh, right. I'll be cunning on this character. And we had some reading materials.
I'll hold on to that for you.
Missive to the Warden. Warden Craig, excuse this crude form of communication. I am far to the north, and it seems my thoughts are unable to reach you. In all future material correspondence, we will use our host names and common human language forms. I write looking for clarification of recent perplexing reports on your conduct. Is it true you have been incarcerating and tormenting humans? What is the purpose of this? It would seem that your host's predilections are affecting your own behavior. You must bring this under your control, and cease this superfluous activity. Your role is to facilitate our laboratories with the collection of corpses. Limit yourself to the parameters of this task, or you will be recalled. Okay. And Zambrant's notes. My colleague, Gertrand, took his life today. That short-sighted fool. He could never see the big picture, and this project was no different. Gertrand could not fathom the glorious vision of the ethereal and the role we play as early human collaborators. This isn't about personal gain. We will elevate humanity. Easy, girl, lay down. Certainly, there's been a cost in lives, but progress always has a price. So, what if the dirty masses who perish in the glorious dawn when the ethereals reveal themselves to the world? To the ethereals, we are like some base primitive creature, as the Slith are to us. Those of us who will serve, or better yet, bond with the ethereals, shall forge a new human future. Right. Trixie, please stop. You're annoying me. No, I don't want to. Seriously, girl. Alright, I think what I want to do now
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left. See you around.
what I'm going to do now is go finish off a couple of things before we move on. If I remember correctly, we had it goes off the outskirts. There's the cultists that we need to deal with. Of course, all the mobs will have respawned in here too. And of course, they go down pretty quick because, well, they're a lot lower level than me now. Surprise. Yeah, I think this is the way. We'll know soon enough.
Fresh blood on the altar. Sacrifice.
Yeah, these are the bozos. Whoops. Sorry. Clicked off.
Kill the non-believer. Another sacrifice. Fresh strike.
Oh, well, it's good to know I didn't even need the fucking key. In your base, stealing all your loot. And you're a crappy shot. Oh, and you got murdered by my bird. That must be embarrassing. You go out to show everybody what a badass you are, you miss, and then the bird takes you out. Of course, the bird's pretty badass. I mean, not kid around. That little fucker does some damage. Alright. What's wrong, guys? You don't feel too good? Wonder what happened.
But not such.
Doesn't look like you're getting a note out of that. Just random junk loot. Probably pop another point into physique. Why am I looking at this stuff? Because I'm stupid, that's why. Oh, because I opened that up. That's why I was looking at that stuff. Okay. Whoops. Alright, keep clicking off.
That skill's not ready.
Those two guys are a pretty tough fight. This character's pretty cheap. My gun character had a hell of a time getting through those guys.
My inventory is full.
Oh, if that's the case, let's go back to town. Clean up. And we'll come back and finish cleaning up. Budding day.
See anything you like? See you around.
Aye. And we're back. Oh, crap, I got turned around. Damn. There's some evil motherfuckers. Look at this shit. Glad to do my job and toast these bastards. Okay, well, it's like we're done with these assholes. We're strictly here to get rid of this guy's quest. Get rid of all the stuff I know I can get rid of. Ooh, tasty. Damage bonus to pets. We will take it. I've got many things I want to keep around that pile. Let's see, these are, well, they're better than what I've got on. I'll give them that. Let's see, those can't go in pants, can they? Let's see. Zinc armor and armor by 8% and armor absorption. That's pretty nice. God damn it. I do that so many times, just forgetting what I'm doing. All damage, you say? Actually, I think I may go for that. Alright, out of there. This is the ring that he makes for us. It's 10% damage to Beastkin, energy regen, a couple of resistances. It's actually not very good, even for the level that it's at. I think that's what we're looking at. Wow. Some healthy armor there. And put that over there. Those. Okay, and now you can fuck off and let me look at my inventory. Yeah, I do want to do that. And those nice boots that we can throw in the store. Let's see, what about this? Damage, attack speed. Should do acid damage? No. No. Okay, I think that we will then sort that in there. Get a polished emerald. Is there anything better I can put on there? No, there's not really a lot to put in there. Okay. No, yes. And you can buy the rest of those off of me because they're worth nothing. So here we are, at the bridge. Yeah, that's not going to work, or little dummy. You'll pay for this. Darius wants this prison, and when he finds out what you've done, you'll wish I'd take you dead. Yeah, rest in peace, scum. That's literally what I get to say. Rest in peace, shitbag. I don't give a fuck what Darius wants. He can burn. Not really my thing. Butter. Wow. You know they're fucking serious when they knock a castle over in the path. That's some hardcore banditry right there. I mean, there's banding it up, and then there's just, fuck this, let's knock over a castle. Now, I'm thinking there's a lot of stuff that can be eaten out here. That's a shit ton of boars. And I mean, if you're just desperate, you can eat bugs for protein. I mean, I'm not too sure about eating bees, but, you know. Actually, those are wasps. And you have to feel bad about eating wasps. Fuck wasps. Oh, holy crap. Kyman's Scripture, first passage. They mocked us and drove us out. They called us heretics and madmen. They thought our great prophecy and purpose was fanciful and ridiculous. Woe unto them! Behold the divine wrath that has been delivered unto the unbelievers in the remaking of the world. Our prophecy has come to pass, and I hear not laughter anymore. I hear only deathly silence. Doom has befallen the wicked, and the ignorant, and the indolent. Go on. Only we, the chosen few, who have trained and prepared our bodies and our souls to weather the cleansing of the world, will survive and thrive amongst this death and decay. Bust out and start talking about Lord Nurgle in a minute. Pardon me. Let's see. Look to your right and to your left, in front and behind you. See the faces of your hallowed brothers and sisters bonded together in this holy quest. We have been tasked with a sacred duty to extinguish the last remnants of corruption and reseed the purified land with our prodigy, so that the new dawn can arise. Take strength in each other in the knowledge that we are destined to fulfill this divine purpose. Long have we prepared for this moment, and our time of concealment is ending. We will strike forth boldly northward and our destiny. And to our destiny, sorry about that. Let not the faithless and the corrupted or the demonic stand in our path, lest our divine wrath be upon them. Now muster my children gather only those belongings that can profit us in our holy war, and let us march from this humble refuge unto destiny. Right. My money says that dude got killed 3 seconds after they left, but who knows? Stephen Skinner. Stand back! I'm burning this shack down! My family does not need to suffer any longer in this horrible world! And I can say, is your family in there? Are you insane? Or, nope, not dealing with crazy. I'm going to say, is your family in there? Are you insane? Stay out of this. It's for the best. I can say, you can't do this. Look, things are bad, but we can't lose hope. Or, fine, go ahead. I think I'll tell them it's not that bad. What hope is left? Good people are dying, and the world is overrun with monstrosities we used to spook our children with. I will not have my family suffer any longer. Off you go. Others have managed to survive. You can't. Oh, I'm sorry. I can say others have managed to survive. You can too. I come from Devil Crossing. It's safe there. You're right. Go ahead. I'm gonna tell him I'm from Devil's Crossing. Safe? What's safe anymore? We were safe here once too. Look at this place now. I say we defend it. There is shelter and drinking water. Please join us. Perhaps this is the fresh start we needed. I really hope you speak the truth. All right, take us there, Zot. All right, Trixie, come on, baby. You're right in my way. Come on, girl. All right, you can be an armrest. What's wrong? You don't like being an armrest? Well, that's kind of why I figured you'd want to move. Looks like this is the way to go. Alright. Time for some spelunking. Time for some ghosts. I walk up to the stuff in the middle of the circle and I just kick it like, is this your immortal remains? Well, fuck you. Wow, but that's really cool if you're a fighter. Oh, is that your coffin? Let me loot your fucking stuff out of your coffin. That's right. Fuck you. You dirty kitty. Crossbow, you say. Pardon me, why don't get all excited about that?
My inventory is full.
Alright. Townward.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left. Keep finding stuff that's nice for anybody that's not me. Nah. And I just need another level for that, right? Okay. Iron well spent.
come out. You come out in the Arcodian foothills. Right? That's where we were before, maybe not. Dust-covered journal. Which apparently we have to take the long way around to find. Dust-covered journal. Here we are. If these crumbling stones could speak, what tales would they tell? 1,000 years of history lost to the ravages of time. What wonders and horrors have these stones seen? The splendor of a shining kingdom and the corruption that brought it all crashing down. All told within a few bits of rock. All of it is lost now. Only fragments remain in the old tombs and forgotten places. I wonder if King Rohan ever was deceived that by abdicating his throne, he brought about the very thing he wished to flee. I also wonder how many of those last lords of Arkovia fled to this once great fortress to escape the collapse of their empire. The great Arkovian watch guarding the southern borders. Did they hide in futile hope of being overlooked by the rampaging peasants who sought them out for their greed and arrogance, or did they fight to the last? Were they captured and hung from the walls of their own strongholds, or did they flee into the catacombs only to perish amongst the relics of the past? I sit here now and wonder what my fate will be amongst the ashes of the past. Will I join them, equally forgotten? Or will the bandits and horrors now stalking the world find me in this hiding place and tear me apart? Not sure it matters anymore. All the knowledge that I've gathered, all the scrolls and tomes and memoirs that I've written, none of them matter. The world is gone, lost to time as the great Arkovian Empire. If we have been reduced to savages, fighting for scraps of food and blankets like packs of wild dogs. We murder one another for a place to sleep and sacrifice our friends and family to blood cults in the vain promise of safety. I always questioned whether the history of Arulan would stand the test of time as Arkovia had before us. Now I'd rather we were not remembered at all. Scribe Fagan of Burwich. Well, that's cheerful. Alright, level 23. It is just level, right? Right, okay. Toss some more into there. I gotta find dynamite, huh? Because the last time I was here, I'd found more dynamite.
My inventory is full.
Oh.
I can't carry anymore.
Okay, well, it looks like we're going back to town again.
You see anything you like?
Ugh.
Put it to good use.
Back we go. Greetings, stranger. A pleasure to meet someone who doesn't begin a meeting with weapons. Can't say the same for the gang up the hill to the east. You having trouble with bandits? Violent and bloodthirsty murderers, all of them. Everything we despised in this world. And now they've set up a barricade along the roads to trap travelers such as ourselves. We've set up camp here while we decide what to do. The best course of action would be to blow that barricade, allowing our brothers and sisters to travel the road. Brothers and sisters of the road to travel in peace. However, we lack the means to do so. Say, you look like a capable sort. Let's make a deal. Okay. The Stratton mine to the west of here is abandoned, but it may have some explosives. If you recover some dynamite and use it to destroy that wretched barricade, I can offer you some corn for your troubles. What do you say? I was going to blow it up anyway, sure. Hook a brother up. Or a sister up. Makes him a girl in this one. Hook a sister up. Hello, pleased to meet a friendly face out here. Bandits don't usually give us the courtesy. Since you're traveling these parts, I wondered if you could help us out. What do you need assistance with? Well, Elder Matthias has gone missing. Following a recent raid on our camp, the Elder was determined to keep our talisman, a precious relic of my people, away from greedy hands, and so he fled to the nearby ruins when bandits showed up. It's been several days, and I'm beginning to fear the worst. Please, if you find yourself exploring the ruins west of Stratton Mine, seek out Elder Matthias. If it is as I fear, and the Elder is dead, please recover our talisman. It's a small object carved from bone and carries great spiritual significance to us. Oh, goodness. We would be eternally grateful for its return. I will search for your elder. Of course I will. Kaboom! Yo, I blowed up the barricade. I destroyed the barricade. Increase the inventory size. That's nice. Thank you. You've done a good job by us, and we won't forget it. Sure, bro. Sure. That. I get another bag. Nice. What do these do that was over? Oh yeah, they have poison on. I know where the elder may be at. Of course, I could be 100% wrong about that, but he may be up this way. Okay, well, that's not very many ruins, but maybe they're more down the road. Yeah. Well-ish. I don't see how Humboydt's gonna have made it out of this one. That's a lot of undead. Well, that's a problem. It's not taking us anywhere either. That's Matthias, the Elder. It was requested that we take the sacred relic back to his people. Of course, we're going to do, because we're not. Turn back his stuff to him. And goodbye. Yeah, okay. Maybe time for us to go to town. I can't remember. But I think we killed the guy we were supposed to kill. Yeah, we did. Okay.
Well, did they like our housewarming gift? You work fast. I like that. We'll need more of that for what's coming next.
What's our next target?
Darius Cronley. Last I've seen his face, they almost hung him for a double homicide. The warden intervened at the last minute in favor of a life sentence in Devil's Crossing. Seems there were ulterior motives after all. Darius Cronley is the devil-made manifest, devious and manipulative with a penchant for sin of every kind. He's the one running this gang, and he's the one we need to go after next.
Do you have a plan?
We have to hit them hard and fast, leave no room for a counterstrike. I've only seen a portion of their operations in the region, but they are really entrenched on the Four Hills in Old Arkovia. Shanks surely wasn't Darius's only lieutenant, so I suggest you find the rest and kill them. We don't want one of them taking over after Darius is dealt with. I don't have any names for you, but they will probably have equally clever prison names as our dead friend Shanks. But to really end this, you need to cut off the head of this operation, Darius Cronley. If what I hear is true, you will find him hiding out in the mines underneath the Four Hills. Lastly, my scouting partner, Elsa, must still be out there with them. If I venture to guess, Cronley has her in his clutches. Save her from that brute. I hear you are quite capable, so don't let me down. When you find yourself out there, I recommend you seek out a man by the name Quaid. He and his group forsook the peaceful ways of the Rovers in favor of fighting back against the outlaws. And I'm glad they did. It was Quaid's people that pulled me from the jaws of death.
Alright. I'll get right on that. Alright, I am starting to feel a little tired. So I am going to call it here and take a nap. And I'll see how I feel later and maybe get back on. Until then, I hope you enjoyed the stream. See you later.